Welcome to Upptalk. In this video we'll be walking you through Salesforce Managed Packages, Salesforce Industries Package Solutions and Vlocity Tools, Flex Card Designer Tool and Omni Script Designer Tool. But before that, let's know what is Upptalk. Upptalk is an innovative online training platform that provides live interactive training sessions led by industry experts. It also provides real-time case study assignments to gain hands-on experience. In addition, it offers reference material to help you learn and grow. Take advantage of all that Upptalk offers and make it a valuable resource in your career journey. To never miss an update from Upptalk, please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. Vlocity, a tech business that Salesforce officially bought, now goes by the name Salesforce Industries. Vlocity is a relatively recent cloud industry expert who has amassed extensive technological expertise across numerous industries. You may establish a brand new connection with your consumers thanks to Salesforce Industries. It gives you the resources and tools you need to thrive in the cutthroat market of today. Now that you've got the agenda of the video, the trainer will take over the session.
So first, before we go with this velocity, let's understand what is velocity. Okay, so basically velocity is velocity comes as a managed package. Okay, velocity comes as a it's a managed package. So what is managed package means? So we Salesforce provide Salesforce have a appexchange.salesforce.com, which is a marketplace where we find many applications there, right? So if any customer requires a quick solution, let's say if they don't have the development time or they want a quick solution, okay, immediately to implement, so they can find the customer can find a solution in AppExchange, in AppExchange marketplace. So velocity comes as a managed package. So user has to, so additionally, it's not comes as a pre-default package. So additionally, the customers has to install this managed package. Okay. So mainly velocity, before 2020, velocity was a different company. Before 2020 June. So in June 2020, velocity completely acquired by Salesforce. So previously, Velocity was a leading cloud solution provider for different industries like CMT, insurance, INS, and we have energy, public sectors. Okay, there are others. CMT, insurance, financial services, the same way, energies, public sectors. Okay, these are the different verticals what Velocity was providing the solution. After June 2020, Velocity is a Salesforce company. Velocity is a Salesforce company, and there are so many changes we saw, like after merging the sales or after acquiring by Salesforce, we see drastic changes. Now it is called as The Velocity was a previous name. Now we called as Salesforce Industries. Salesforce Industries. So what is the Salesforce Industries? The Salesforce industry, we know that Salesforce provide the solution for like marketing. They have the product like Marketing Cloud, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. Also, they have the Banking Cloud, Health Cloud, and so they have the already packages like banking. Salesforce was providing the solutions for Banking Cloud, Health Cloud. Okay, there's different verticals. After merging with taking the product, like all the products of Velocity, now they have added the product like CMT, communication, media and technology, insurance orgs, like financial supports for the financial services, energies, public sectors. Okay, these additional products added to the Salesforce. Okay, so the Velocity completely runs on the Salesforce platform. So it's 100% additive to Salesforce. Okay, it is 100% additive to Salesforce. Okay, so whatever the data model, you can see if you take the data model of the velocity. So the data model of the velocity is like a same of they use the earlier velocity uses the data model of Salesforce, like account object. We know have standard objects. We have a standard objects and custom objects. So Salesforce standard objects velocity also use the Salesforce standard objects like account, contacts, opportunities, assets, and they to enhance the functionality they added the custom object. So Velocity runs on completely on Salesforce platform. And the technology what Velocity was used earlier, what Velocity was used is the same technology like what Salesforce provide. For example, like Apex programming technologies like Apex programming to develop this application Velocity tools. They used Apex programming as a backend technology for mobile application. They use the Salesforce standard the JDK kit. Okay, and coming to the data, coming to the data model or Apex program, the technology or for the UI. So earlier, coming to the interesting fact about the UI. Okay, because the velocity is most like about like UI like UI. So they provide the awesome UI to the end to the customer. Like they provide the success area is like 360-degree view of a customer, right? The 360-degree of customer and showing the profiles and showing the complete detailed information and showing the important information on the cards. So that creating the awesome UI. So they use the previously they used before combining to the Salesforce or before combining to the Salesforce, they used earlier because previously Salesforce was using the Visual Force pages, right? So they implemented the UI using the Visual Force pages, and to make the UI better, they added the power of AngularJS. They added the power of AngularJS to create to bring the UI more user friendly. Okay. When 2014, when Salesforce launched the Lightning components or a component, so around 2016, what Velocity did is Velocity added their Visual Force. So their AngularJS was there. They added the Lightning components. They added the Lightning component. That is in Lightning component also they specifically that was Aura. Salesforce introduced Aura components. So they added the power of Aura components plus AngularJS, but the drastic change happened in 2019. In 2019, when Salesforce come up with the Lightning Web component. At the same time, Velocity closely worked with the Salesforce to implement their products. Like healthcare applications, banking application, like they to match the same thing UI. So they bring the component, they develop the Lightning Web component. So whatever the UI we see now is developed on the Lightning Web component. So Salesforce have a classic and Lightning UI. In Velocity also we can see if you want to develop, if your customer was old customer, if they are using any AngularJS screen, still Velocity is supporting the AngularJS screen with the Aura components and Visual Force pages. Okay, so still the Angular, so the Velocity also currently Velocity supporting AngularJS. Okay, they're not completely deprecated the AngularJS UI. They are using the AngularJS plus Visual Force pages or Aura components. And whatever the new, if the customer is new customer, if they're starting with the Velocity, yes, they can go with the LWC new package. Okay, all the screens are developed in the Lightning Web component. Okay, so why Velocity? Why Salesforce? Now we should say Salesforce Industries. Now it's called as Salesforce Industries because Velocity is specifically the solution provider for the different industries, different verticals, what we discussed, right? So Salesforce added the power of, or added their tools like, okay, the CMT tools, NS tools, energies, public sectors. These tools, okay, with the Salesforce, they name it as Salesforce Industries. They name it as Salesforce Industries. Okay. Now in the Salesforce, how they're planning and how they are providing the solutions. Okay, as a Salesforce Industry packages. Salesforce Industry packages. Okay. So mainly here we have to talk about the industry, okay, they are providing the industry solutions. They are providing the industry solutions. Industry solutions. So to bring this industry solutions, okay, what we should know and how the developers should, like it can be a public sector, or it can be CMT, or it can be insurance orgs. Okay. So to create this, to bring that the functionality. So there are some layers we have. Okay. So that is a velocity tool. This we call as a velocity tools. So what are the velocity tools we have? What are the velocity tools we have? So to design these industry specific solutions, okay, we have some awesome tools which developed by Velocity itself. Okay. So these tools, like let's see, to create a UI layer, we have tools like Flex Cards. Earlier we called it as Velocity Cards. Now we are calling as a Flex Cards. Okay. What is this Flex Card? What is this Flex Card? And another UI layer tool we have is Omni Script. Omni Script. So these two tools, Velocity Cards, Omni Script, Flex Cards, and Omni Script. Using these two tools, we can call these two tools as UI tools to design the UI. Okay, to design the UI for different industries, we use these tools, Flex Cards and Omni Scripts. Using the Flex Cards and Omni Script, you can design the awesome UI with the simple point and click tools, the simple point and clicks. So these are the tools like Flex Cards and Omni Scripts. So what is a Flex Card? Flex Card is a UI component. Flex Card is a UI component, and these two tools, now previously we called as Velocity tools, now we call it as Omni Studio. Omni Studio tools, and we call this Omni Studio Flex Cards, Omni Studio Omni Script. Okay. So what is a Flex Cards? Let's understand first what is Velocity Cards. What is Velocity Cards? So Velocity Card is a tool to design the UI. Like what kind of design we do here is in the Flex Card. So using the Flex Card, we can display data and actions. We can display data and actions using the Flex Cards. Okay. If you want to show very important information, the contextual information, if you want to display the contextual information and actions, we use Flex Card. So Flex Cards only to show the data and actions. So we display data and actions using the Flex Card. So we can't show, like if I have in one object, if I have 500 fields or 800 fields, we can't show all the fields. So context information, what main information you want? Let's say if I take account object, we can display account name or website or industry, rating, or like very important information. Okay, which is like every time what customer like used to interact with the object, like our data. So that information we display on the Flex Card. So how we design? Okay, we are saying using the Flex Card, we will display the contextual information and action. Like, okay, what we use to develop the Flex Card. To develop the Flex Card, what we are using? So Flex Card Designer is a tool. Flex Card is a UI component. we use FlexCard to display data and actions, but to design like how you display the data, how you display the actions, right? For that, we use FlexCard Designer tool. So we have Designer tool. We have Designer tool for FlexCard that is developed by Vlocity. So what we will learn here, we will learn in our sessions, we will learn how we use this Designer tool, how we use this FlexCard Designer tool to design an awesome FlexCards using the declarative approach. Now, as Salesforce take over the complete Vlocity, now they are moving now Salesforce want all the documentation, playground, everything should be on Trailhead. Now they are slowly moving.
Yeah, it is already there. But
yes.
The problem that I see is that, I mean, there is absolutely no visual of the demo. Okay, it's all, I mean, literature in terms of it's all. I mean, okay, so there's nothing like that we can actually see. Like in case of Salesforce, the way we can like go into the Trailhead. I mean, either playground and whatever, and we can try it out. But there is no option available for for Omni Studio.
It is there. I will tell you how to. I will guide you how. Yes. I will guide you like how to get the access to the Vlocity tools. Okay. Sure. And install with the installed package. We will use that.
Okay.
No worries. Yeah. We can see the demo. We will practice there, and we will follow some case study. We will do all the case studies. Okay. So yeah, that is about the FlexCard. So okay, we have a FlexCard designer tool where we display the data and actions. Okay, that's about the FlexCard. Now coming to the Omni script. Omni script is also another UI. Okay, Omni script is also another UI tool. So what is Omni script? And what is the difference between this FlexCard and Omni script? Omni Studio, Omni script. Okay, Omni script. What is Omni script? So Omni script is a step-by-step guided interaction flow. Okay, what is meant by step-by-step? So we have multiple steps. Let's say step 1, we guide the user, hey, go here and do this. So we provide some instructions to the user. So to complete one specific action, so user will go through the step-by-step process, right? If you see like many applications have followed this approach, like many multi-step process, which will be easy for the end customer. If I show all the input information or anything, a complete process in a single page, user will afraid like to fill the more information. If I give like 3 questions here, 3 questions here, and one like a page here, like it will be easy for a customer to go with a simple script. So Omni script allow us to design the multi-step process, a step-by-step guided interaction process to complete one specific action. So using the Omni script, your Omni script is a UI. Also, we can implement the backend process. So using the Omni script tool, using the Omni script designer, we can design the Omni script, which is a step-by-step guided interaction process to complete one specific action. Okay, so that action where you can call, let's say I want to complete one, let's say I want to pay the bill, or I want to purchase other plan on the card. So on the card, we are saying we have actions. So once user click on the action where you want to take, you can launch an Omni script, which is a step-by-step guided process to fulfill that action, to complete that action. So it can be a one-step process, or it can be multiple step process. We can define using the again here we use Omni script designer tool. We have again designer tool. So using the Omni script designer tool, we implement the step-by-step guided process. We implement the step-by-step guided process to complete one specific action. So it will have a UI, it will have the actions, backend actions like sending email, getting the records. Okay, we'll see what actions we can perform. So that is about the Omni script. So it's basically a step-by-step guided process we can design. It's mostly about the UI designing and adding the backend actions also, where is the flex card only to display the data and actions. In Omni script, we will be designing multi-steps along with the multiple we can also add the actions to be executed, backend actions to be executed. Okay, that is Omni script. So it will have multi-steps, and we can design the input forms, we can display the data. So here we are saying input forms. So user can input the data, user can retrieve the data. Okay, to send the data, to retrieve the data. Even in flex card, we are saying to show the data. From where we get the data? What is our data source? So whatever the data source it is, to get the data, we are going to use data tools. That's a part of Vlocity tools, data tools. So what data tools we use? We have data tools. Okay. Data tools. So these data tools we use. Okay. What are the data tools we have? So we have data raptors, integration procedures. Okay, data raptors and integration procedures. So data raptors and integration procedures will bring the data from external data sources or internal data sources. It can be a Salesforce internal means a Salesforce DB. Internal means Salesforce database. Salesforce database, and it can be external data, any other system, any external database. So using the data raptors and integration procedures. So data raptors mainly work with the Salesforce database. Or integration procedure, they can get the data from the integration, from the internal database or from the external data source. We can pull the data and we send the data to flex cards and Omni scripts. So these data tools help us to bring the data to the date, okay? Or just not only bring, if you want, you can save the data. Let's say I have input form. Once user fill the input form, the data should pass to Salesforce DB, right? So if you want to send the data, if you want to save a record, insert a record, delete a record, if you want to perform data actions. So using these tools, we can send the data or we can get the data from the database. It can be internal or it can be external. Okay, so these data tools we use. So these are the main 4 Vlocity tools, Omni Studio tools. Flex cards, Omni script are the UI tools, which we have a designer tools, flex card designer tool, Omni script designer tool. Using those designer tools, we can implement awesome UI using flex cards and Omni script. Now, how we get the data, how we send the data to these tools using these data raptors and integration procedure. So our sessions completely focus on the development of the UI and backend process. Okay, if we learn this flex cards, Omni scripts, data raptors, and integration procedure, it can be any. So that's why I said it will be Omni Studio developer. You can apply. You can offer Omni Studio developer certification. So we will be focused on the developing the application. Okay, it will be completely on, not as any functional specific. Our training not into a CMT or not into a insurance org or not into the public sector or energy. We will be focusing on the development. So the any project, we can get any project or any industry or any domain we are working. So across all the domains, So this training is focused on the development. Okay, because if in any industry, only change is data model, right? Only change will be the data model and data architecture, like what object, custom object they are using, okay, and what objects and custom object what relationships they're using for that to implement that functionality, like insurance or CMT. Only difference is you see the data model and flow of the data, So the same of flex cards, the same Omni scripts, same data raptors, integration processor will be there everywhere. Okay. So we will be focused on the development, declarative approach of development using these 4 tools. So data raptors, integration procedures are the data tools which will bring the data to flex cards and Omni scripts. So we can use as a data sources for both flex cards and Omni scripts. Okay. So that's about the, that's all from. Yeah, there is no administration part. Administration is like a Salesforce admin only. Okay, it is a package on the Salesforce platform. So whatever the security implements, okay, and we cover like app builder, platform app builder, like to design the flex cards, to design this Omni script. Once we design, how we place, right? So that is our app builder we use in Salesforce. So we must know the prerequisite for the Vlocity is the people should know, the participants should know flat app builder, how to do the app builder. Okay, so that is something we go through here. So how we edit the pages, lightning pages, okay, how we edit the lightning pages and how we place these components. And one more interesting fact is, so whatever the flex cards, Omni script we build, okay, what is the, like what flex card design tools will do is, whatever the declarative approach we do, it will convert into a Lightning Web Component. It will convert into a Lightning Web Component. Using that Lightning Web Component, we can place the UI, the component in on the UI using the app builder. Okay, so that is something we do in the Salesforce side, and adding some actions. Okay, adding some actions and all we do. And admin part is the same Salesforce, like a profile, everything will be, the admin part will be the same like the Salesforce admin. Yes, that is the exactly same thing, nothing changed, because it's just a package on Salesforce. And this package also built on Lightning Web Components. See, whatever it is, it's just a platform. Like we are using the same Salesforce application, and we install the package. So that's why before we start, I said we use as a package. What is a package? That is a app exchange package. So whatever the application object, like backend objects, if we want to change something, we go to the database like a object, and we do change objects. If we want to create a field, we have to create a field in the object. So everything will be on the. So that's why it's 100% additive to Salesforce. That's what we discussed. So say it's a complete Salesforce. It's a Salesforce only. Only these tools do what Vlocity will provide. Vlocity is providing these tools to implement the UI and backend process, data tools to bring the data and send the data. So that complete automation we have, like, and instead of like, what if I don't use a Vlocity? We can write a custom code. We can do the we write a implemented code. So we are eliminating that process, right? We are if the same code, if I am implementing an integration procedure, it's like implementing an Apex class. If a complex Apex class may take like 2 to 3 days time, the same thing we can do in 1 hour. That much of amount we are saving to the client. So bringing the awesome UI for the different verticals, and we have for each verticals we have our flow. So it is Salesforce, whatever the administration we do, it is the same exact, like profiles, roles, okay, permissions, data security, because the data security again stored in the objects. So object security, what we use in Salesforce, that completely applies to here also.
Okay, got it.
I will tell you like communication or insurance. Okay. Like what data model, database they use. Okay. The object flow I will run through
Okay,
if
okay.
you
So
want.
insurance
Yeah.
will cover. Okay, okay.
I will take you through like what is LWC, how it is converted. That will be taken care by the tools. We just need to do the point and click. Once
Yes.
we save or do something, automatically it generate the component.
And we don't have to go and adjust anything in the component during the
Whatever
implementation.
exactly. So whatever you do, you will do in the UI. You
Right.
know, to like if you are like really interested to do that, say Velocity will support you. Velocity will you can do the coding also. If you want to enhance like extensively, right? You can if you know the
But
like
is it
if you have
usually done in a velocity implementation? Do you do custom coding or is it totally point and click? Need to be careful.
100% you can do without coding, you can implement.
Okay, okay.
If you want to X the velocity, so say now Salesforce, how it is like implementing is if you want to do like enhance, you can do enhancement. You go and do write code. The option is there. Because tool will have some like okay boundaries, right? When we say tool will have boundaries. If something within the boundary it's not fitting, so what we should do, we have to have our developer to write Apex class, right? Or a Lightning component developer, web component developer to enhance that like SCADA or Omni script. So that option is there to cross the boundary. Yes.
So,
Okay.
one more thing, Asif, like that. So we have another like two certifications in Omni Studio, right? I mean, one is developer and other is consultant, I guess.
Both are almost the same, but consultation will be like little at the like what is a cross industries, like what you have or different domains.
Okay.
I will discuss that what certifications you can opt for and what other certification or Velocity is providing. Now it is a Salesforce, yes, what they are providing. So that we will discuss.
So is there any prerequisite for the certification?
No, only this course.
Okay, okay. There's no like you have to be admin or
Previously, yes, there was a prerequisite that okay, Velocity Salesforce provide that whatever the same certificate. There's the same course. What we will and what I'm covering is a certified the content, like whatever the content we cover in the main theater. So the same content we are covering. So that was a prerequisite earlier to get the certification. Now Salesforce want that all the certifications should be on the same path, so they have removed that a prerequisite. Now anyone can go and opt for certification, like how you go for admin or PD1 or app builder, right? You can directly go and take a certification. But the recommendation is if you have the platform app builder, that will be like added advantage because this is a power of like a Salesforce plus Velocity, right? So if you have the certification in app builder,
right.
like a Salesforce, that will be added advantage. Okay, you know the sales, so you have to. You are saying, hey, I know Salesforce app builder and I know Velocity because Velocity runs on the Salesforce platform.
Okay.
So it will be 38 to 40 hours training.
Mm-hmm.
So it is like the content is a 38 hours training. So 38 working hours we have to spend.
38.
Yeah, 38 working hours. Basically, it's a 36. I'm just taking like a 2-3 hours additionally. So the exact content is 15 36. Okay, so we give some buffer timing. So it will be 38 to 40 hours it will take.
Yeah, I'll get back. I'll have to just it seems okay now, but I'll have to just see other factors. In terms of the like practice and all, you'll provide an org, as you said.
Yes, I'll provide the org. I'll provide the org. Okay, so you can practice in the org, and we go through the. If you are doing the offline, then the time will come down. Okay. So if you do the, like, I will show the demo and you can do the offline, or if you want to do with me, it depends. Okay. If you are doing offline and if we can utilize the time will
Yes.
come down. Okay. And if you are, if you're able to spend the time offline, okay, that is also fine.
You mean like practicing after the course? Yeah, that's what I plan to do. I don't want to practice
Yes.
within the course times. Yes. And that org will be available to us after the course, or is it there's a time limit?
Yes, 180 days.
So it will have Omni Studio. It will be one org per participant.
Correct. 1 hour for participant. I'll tell you, even if the org is expired, like how to get the new org, I'll tell you how to get the org.
Okay. So that org will have like any of those what industries like object models and all those.
Yes, by default you'll get either CMT or INS.
CMT or INS. Okay.
INS package. Yes. No, we are not covering the health code. Okay, that is a completely different one.
Okay.
So we are not covering that. For the just basic understanding purpose, I'll just guide you like CMT. Okay, how the data model. It's only the mainly these 4 tools. Mainly these 4 tools which we use. It can be any health core, healthcare, or CMT or INS or energies or public sector, any vertical. So these are the 4 fundamental tools which we use for development and even the consultation. And for other like CMT, we have a CPQ, order management, right? CLM. So these are the other areas which is a completely, you should know the domain. There you should know the domain. Same communication, media and technology org.
Okay, that was
Or a CMT.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Any queries?
If I want to have INS in my course, I can have that, right?
Yes, you can have.
Okay, because my prospective client may be an insurance client. So
Okay. Yeah, you can have. You can have that. Okay. We'll do that later after completing the course.
yeah, you'll be sharing. Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the session. Have a nice day. Thank you, everyone.